Hello, my name is Maria Prado and I'm a PhD student at IceCube. I also happen to have made this cake right next to me. So now I'll just walk you through a little bit of what the cake represents so that you can understand it too. In the top here we have the Aurora Borealis, and the night sky, which you see a lot in the South Pole, and you probably have seen pictures of this, and it's so beautiful, so majestic, so I wanted to show that. Then you have the ICL, or the IceCube lab, which is where we process our data. Our data comes up from the ground, and this is where it goes. Then of course you can't have Antarctica without ice and snow. And then we have the countries that are collaborators in IceCube. So then we come down here, and this is where I would say is where the magic happens. Let's take a step back and think about how IceCube works. So the way that IceCube works is that we try to look for neutrinos either from the atmosphere or from outer space, and those neutrinos will come and interact with the ice in Antarctica, and through this interaction they will make a hadronic shower plus a lepton. So let's say for argument's sake that our neutrino is muon flavor, so we will have a muon neutrino. So if a muon neutrino comes in, it interacts with the atoms in the ice and produces this hadronic shower plus a muon. So the muon, because it's heavier than the electron, it's a lot heavier, it's actually going to propagate through the ice and make what we call a track. And so our simulations then, what we depict as a track is something that actually looks sort of like this. The red represents when the signal came in first, and then the yellow comes next, then the green, and the blue. So from this, in this picture, you would say, well, the muon was going in that direction. So what really happens though is that the muon is a charged particle, and it's actually a lot heavier than the electron. So the muon will just propagate, creating this electromagnetic disturbance that we call Chiron Goth radiation. When your muon is propagating through the ice, it actually goes faster than the speed of light in the ice. This is kind of like a sonic boom, but with electromagnetic radiation. When this electromagnetic disturbance happens, you get an effect of blue light. So as the muon is propagating through the ice, it's leaving a trail of blue light in the path that it's traveling. And then our detectors will detect that blue light. We will say, depending on how many of our DOMs, or digital optical modules, are hit, we will say, well, we think this looks like a track, so we think it came from a muon neutrino. Okay, so now that you know that what we actually see is blue light, I wanted to recreate that in this cake by trying to make Chiron Goth radiation. So I will show you something that this cake does, which is really, really cool, and actually shows the idea of Chiron Goth radiation really well. So we can dim our lights, and if you look at the white bubbles, this is what you would actually see. So you see blue light. Okay, so how did I get this effect? I actually got this effect using tonic water. So I made the bubbles that you see here. These are actually gummies. But in the gummies, I added tonic water. And tonic water actually has an ingredient called quinine, which glows blue under a black light. So here I have my black light, which is what I was shining on the cake so that you could see it glow in the dark. So now we have Chiron Goth radiation. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about IceCube as much as I enjoyed designing and coming up with this cake. Don't forget to follow Cakes by MVP on Instagram for more cool cakes. Bye!